They say that we're nothing, but look out, we're something. I know, one day we're gonna make it. They say that we're nothing, but I know that we're something. They say that we're not gonna make it, but look at us now. Okay, that's all.
The best kept secret about Jenks is it's the best kept secret. People love our playground, but they don't come in the doors. You need to come in, you need to find out what we're about, because if you don't, you're missing a great opportunity.
The space that we are in currently is John Story Jenks Makerspace. It is now 2 years old. We started building it last year with the students that have graduated, kind of as they're present to the upcoming classes. And what we have created back here is a 3D design lab. We also have a digital drawing lab, and in the process of creating a silk screening lab. One of the philosophies that I really like to tell my students here at John Story Jenks is, sorry here, but I'm gonna have to quote Bob Ross in saying that there are no mistakes, just happy accidents, and we can change any mistake into a positive, whether it's covering it up with something else or changing the art piece entirely, but always move forward, always keep creating, and never get defeated by a mistake, because it's just something that points you into a different direction.
One part of the program, the students are given a problem of identifying a problem of environmental issues. Not only do they do a research on how to change the environment or come up with an idea that will save the environment, also they have robots. We create robots, and they have a board that they actually have the robots do these tasks on the board that is specifically designed for the City Shapers program.
One of the things that we kind of pride ourselves on is our environments. We try to experiment with environments. You know, our kids are not like olden days where everybody sits in a chair and your hands are folded and you're preached to, and then you go out and play and you come back in, you're preached to, and you go home. So a lot of times we have different, like even with the shared classroom that we have lends itself to constant change of environment. You're not really sitting in one place for more than 20 minutes. The teachers are instructing you here, you move to a group. You move to centers. If you need to come back together over here, you can. So there's a lot of environment considerations. We just want it to be a fun experience as well. We know that education by its nature sometimes is long and boring. And if we can change the environment a little bit, make it more colorful, make it more movable friendly so that kids aren't in trouble because they're getting up and distracted or whatever, then we're going to do that.
At the end of the day, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, it's basically an elective period. We call it clinic here at Jenks. So the students get to delve into whatever it is that they want to further learn about, whether it be 3D printing,
drama club, poetry club,
which is us, of course.
Yeah, that's us.
Let's see. So we've got computers, you've got robotics, you've got chess, you've got young diplomats, students. Scrabble,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So
sometimes in middle school especially, it's hard to get them motivated and interested. So I think that both of us do a good job, because like we're very animated people anyway. So I think we do a good job at helping them to get inspired and motivated to read, which is part of the problem. And when they are struggling and when they monitor and self-reflect, it gives them a goal, and we usually give them some type of incentive. I mean, I have students who performed not as well as they wanted to on benchmark or any other type of assessment. And with the small group instruction and the incentives and the encouragement, they definitely got where they wanted to be. And they were so happy. And then that makes them feel like, it makes them realize that they really can do this. It may not come easy, but you got this.
because you believe in them.
Absolutely.
Stephen Cowell. I'm the music teacher here at Jenks. I teach all grades from kindergarten to 8th grade. This is my 10th year at Jenks and my 11th year in the district. Today the students are working on the blues, and I've kind of been going over the blues in many different lessons, from historical to actually how to approach it. So what I got on the board is a 12-bar structure, and I have it outlined by the actual guitar strings. So we're first starting just by using 3 strings, and then we're adding on from there. We have instrumental band programs. We have orchestra and band, where we have itinerant teachers that come twice a week and work with students from 3rd grade to 8th grade on violin, trumpet, drums, etc.
One of the things we started was Museum Week. So for a week, they concentrate on 4 different locations, Monday through Thursday. They're booked at 4 different locations, and we tried to pick places that are off the beaten path. We used to go to the helicopter museum, which was kind of cool. The Heinz Refuge, the waterworks, a number of places. So they all go to unique locations. We book different lessons from the experts that are there. So there's a lot of school to career connections. The students then take all of that information, and then on Friday, they build projects. They either a podcast where they talk about their favorite museum, or they talk about what they did at each of the museums, what they've learned. They work in cooperative groups. If they're not doing a podcast, they might be doing a PowerPoint presentation. A lot of times they're allowed to use their phones to video or record at museums and take a lot of pictures. They make pamphlets for their favorite museum, and then they rate the experience at each museum so we know whether to keep it or not.
Other schools on my list I was considered. It wasn't too many, but it was like the schools that I actually saw my daughter going to. One of the schools I went, one of my things that I observe the environment. At first, when I went a couple years ago back, I saw like diversity. When I went there after several years later, I saw the lack of diversity. So I went through the process because I thought that the school was still good. So with that being said, I asked questions. So one of the questions I asked one of the administrations was, would they allow their kids to attend the school? And they basically told me no. So from that point on, that was my confirmation to keep going on. So my number 1 pick was always Jenks.
I have 3 kids that go here. I got a 6th grader, a 5th grader, and a 1st grader. Yes. And my 5th grader been here since kindergarten. My 6th grader been here since 1st grade, and my 1st grader been here since last year. So it's a good school. We have good programs here. The principal is awesome. The staff is great. What else can I say? I got a step team here. The Diamonds, Jenks Diamonds, all-female step team. We're coming to a school near you, so look out for us. Oh, I got a little group of kindergartners that I take out. I help them with their sight words and their letter sounds.